ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the North Carolina Coast High School Sports Awards, brought to you by the Wilmington Star News, in partnership with Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Talent will always be found. It doesn't matter where you play or where you're from. When you have talent, people will find you.
Some of the biggest names in the world of sports come together to honor the best high school athletes in the country. Alex Morgan, Katie Ledecky, Aaron Rodgers, Sue Bird, Shaquille O'Neal.
Now do you know my name? Yeah, you know, do you know my name? You know, my name is Fire, Fury, Power. My name is Legend. You know, do you know my name? Let's go. My name is Legend.
It's a celebration of athletic excellence from those who know it best. Here are your hosts, Heisman Trophy winner and ESPN analyst Desmond Howard, and the host of NFL Live and SEC Nation, Laura Rutledge.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. Tonight, we get to celebrate one of the most passionate and exciting groups in all of sports, the high school athlete.
That's right, Laura. An incredible list of all-star talent has signed on to help recognize these amazing men and women. We're talking Aaron Rodgers, Alex Morgan, Chipper Jones, Sue Bird, Katie Ledecky, and the big man himself, Shaquille O'Neal.
I love it. You know, I actually think it's illegal these days to have a sports award without Shaq in it.
I think you're right.
So I'm glad he's on board for our show tonight.
Of course, and the Diesel has something in common with everyone else on this show. At one point or another, we all went to high school.
True, and while the time since high school has been a while, for some more than others, we all still remember the hopes and dreams and even the challenges of that memorable time in our lives.
And tonight, we all return to high school to cover a lot of sports and give out a lot of awards. If two people showed up to cheer for it, and those two people were your parents, we're celebrating it tonight.
So ditch the backpacks and summer reading lists and forget about that pop quiz you bombed in third period French last semester. It's time to celebrate some of the best high school athletes in the area.
Of course, none of this would be possible without the generous support of our sponsors.
And you can't have a celebration this big without a little flexing going on. That's why we have sports broadcaster Abby Labar keeping an eye on the land of the humble brag.
Thanks, Laura. And speaking of bragging, we know you love to, and we love to see it. So tag us in your social posts, share photos and videos from your own celebrations using tonight's hashtags. Posts on Instagram or Twitter will be shown on the social media feed on the show website. Okay, so we know every award show needs a red carpet, and lucky for us, two former college football players agreed to host ours tonight. If you don't know them as football players, well, you probably know them better from another little gig they had. The Bachelorette and The Bachelor, my friends Tyler Cameron and Matt James.
Thanks, Abby. Matt and I are so excited to be here. We got out, got dressed up, and stepped into our freshest kicks to walk the red carpet.
Wait, are those my shoes?
Bro, you put them in my closet. I'm wearing them now.
Tonight we get a chance to salute some show-out high school athletes. So who's handing out the roses? I mean the awards tonight.
Careful now. We talked about this and we let that go. We were playing sports long before our bachelor days, so we know how exciting this must be for you.
But tonight's not about us. It's about the athletes of today. The records they're breaking, the bars they're raising, and the names we'll be reading and remembering in the future.
So whether or not you win tonight, just know you've already proven to be a top athlete. So congratulations, this red carpet is all for you.
Thanks, guys. I don't know about you, Desmond, but I'm ready to start giving these kids some of their hard-earned awards.
Hey, let's do it. We're going to kick things off in the pool. Here to help us dive right in is one of the most decorated female swimmers in U.S. history, the legendary Katie Ledecky.
Katie Ledecky burst on the competitive swimming scene at 15 years old. At the London Olympics, she took home the gold and the first of many Olympic medals. She's added 4 more golds, 15 world championships, 2 NCAA titles, and a whole bunch of freestyle world records. The recent Stanford grad is back in the pool, training for Tokyo.
Hey everybody, Katie Ledecky talking to all you swimmers and divers out there. I know a lot of the world puts us all together in one big group because we spend half of our time in the pool and the other half of the time trying to get chlorine out of our hair. But we are a very diverse group. Divers launch themselves off of boards and platforms of varying heights, and swimmers employ a bunch of different strokes and distances, each with its own unique demands. That's why I'm here. So I can speak to all of you individuals and tell you the key to success in your water world is to always, always, always keep moving forward. Except, of course, anyone who competes in backstroke or performs back dives. That advice would be very bad for you. You guys keep going backward. That sounded weird. I'm gonna go back in the pool. I'll leave all you divers to your diving and your backstrokers to your backstroking. I'll see you later. Here are the honorees for the Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Female Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Liza Murtaugh of Cape Fear Academy.
Before swimming up the coast to compete for Boston College, Liza Murtaugh left the rest of North Carolina swimming in her wake. The well-rounded senior ended her prep dominance with 4 titles at the NCISAA Division II State Championship to help Cape Fear Academy place second as a team. Murtaugh took the 200 individual medley title by 8 seconds and cruised to the 100 breaststroke championship.
Congratulations, Liza. Here are the honorees for the Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Male Swimming and Diving Athlete of the Year is Will Parker of John T. Hoggard High School.
Will Parker vividly remembers his time as a freshman on the Hoggard swimming team. The senior won 2 events at the Mid-Eastern Conference Championships and helped Hoggard win the team title. He also had the best finish of any local boys swimmers at the NCHSAA Class 4A State Championships.
Congratulations, Will.
If you had to name the sport that most pro athletes choose to play when they're not at their paying gig, it would have to be golf. It doesn't mean they're good at it, but it doesn't mean they're as bad as Charles Barkley either. But we decided to tap someone who makes their living driving for show and putting for dough. Here's Ryan Palmer with the Golf Awards.
4-time champion Ryan Palmer is no stranger to success. On the PGA Tour, where every week is a battle of attrition, he's taken home 4 tour victories, 11 runners-up, 67 top 10 finishes, including 2 in the majors.
Hey all you golfers out there. PGA Tour winner Ryan Palmer here to hand out the Golf Awards. But before I do, I want to point out something about golf compared to other sports. Listen, I get it. There's no buzzer beating golf. No one is throwing the ball 100 miles an hour at you, and no one is going to smash into you at the top of your swing and throw you to the ground. That's all true. But there's something awesome about golf that you can't find in a lot of other sports. If you've got a couple of hours to spare, you can play on the same courses that Tiger, Phil, myself, Annika and MB, or even Rory and DJ play on. Try shooting hoops with your friends at Madison Square Garden, or play 9 innings at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. Let's hear it for the game of golf, where legendary venues are open to all. Here are your honorees for the Female Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Female Golf of the Year is Grace Holcomb of Emsley A. Lanning High School.
Grace Holcomb's season was filled with new records and earned accolades as she made history with a 7-under par score in the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship and led Laney to a 6th straight girls golf title. The senior was the medalist in 7 of her 8 events this season, won the individual regional title, and placed second in the state tournament, just 1 stroke behind the leader. Holcomb will continue her golf career with UNC Greensboro next season.
Congratulations, Grace. Here are your honorees for the Male Golfer of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Male Golf of the Year is Ryan Jarr of West Brunswick High School.
Ryan Jarr excelled with the West Brunswick boys golf team throughout the year, highlighted by a first-place finish in the Mid-Eastern Conference Championship. The junior was defined by his consistency as he was the medalist in 5 of the 7 events he participated in this season. Jarr missed qualification for the state championship by 3 strokes, but also sported an impressive 3-under par score at Pine Valley during the season.
Congratulations, Ryan.
A lot of sports have similar concepts and equipment, boundaries, balls, and scoreboards, name a few. But there are 2 that make use of sand. One is golf, where it's to be avoided, and the other is beach volleyball, where it's embraced in all its gritty glory. Here to lend a hand with our volleyball awards is someone who knows achieving greatness is no day at the beach, Carrie Walsh-Jennings.
Carrie Walsh-Jennings, also known as 6 Feet of Sunshine, is covered in Olympic gold. The 42-year-old SoCal standout is the most decorated beach volleyball player in Olympic history. She and her former teammate Misty May Traynor won 3 gold medals and 5 world championships, earning the title the greatest beach volleyball team of all time.
Hey everybody, Carrie Walsh-Jennings here. I know this looks like a volleyball, but in reality, it's a ticket to your future. Because the lessons you learn hitting this sucker around will come in handy down the road. Things like teamwork, determination, goal setting. You're going to need all of those skills. And then, there are the friends you make with this. Ones you'll have for the rest of your life. Priceless. So don't think of it as just a volleyball. Think of it as your secret weapon for success. And your honorees for Volleyball Player of the Year are and the finalists are
And the North Carolina Coast Female Volleyball Player of the Year is Megan Thomasia of New Hanover High School. New Hanover's Megan Thomasia was the Wildcats' offensive focal point, leading the entire Mid-Eastern Conference in kills and producing the most dominant season in the Wilmington area. The senior outside hitter finished the season with 277 kills, while the next closest attacker in the MEC had 155. Thomasia guided New Hanover to the second round of the playoffs and joined Hoggard's Ayla Johnson as the Star News All-Area Volleyball Co-Players of the Year. Congratulations, Megan!
There are some athletes today who have been so dominant, you only have to say their first name for everyone to know who you're talking about. They become celebrities, giants of their sport.
That's right. Our next presenter was an athlete like that during her long career. She made her mark as a teenager, practically ruled at Wimbledon, and was still taking home major titles at the age of 49. The name Navratilova will be in the record books for years to come. But for so many of us, all you have to say is Martina.
Martina Navratilova is one of the most dominant players to ever swing a racket. Born in the former Czechoslovakia, the former world #1, claimed 18 Grand Slam singles titles. Added to her 31 doubles and 10 mixed doubles, 59 major titles are the most by any player, male or female, in the Open era. Tennis, presented by Cape Fear Academy.
Hey everybody, Martina Navratilova here, to tell you that you picked a great sport to play in high school, because it's a sport that you can play your whole life. I mean, look at me. I'm still out there on the court all the time, playing for hours, and I'm like 60. Never mind, you can see by my hair how old I am. My hair is thinning, but anyway, I don't know why I did that. Because you guys can just Google my name and kind of figure out how old I am and then Instagram me about it, whatever. Anyway, all the effort that you are putting in now, it can pay dividends well past your competitive playing days. Remember, you can love other sports, but tennis is the only sport where love is literally part of the game. And here are your finalists for the Female Tennis Player of the Year. And the North Carolina Coast Female Tennis Player of the Year is Peyton Philemon of New Hanover High School.
The New Hanover High star, Peyton Philemon, was at her best against rival Hoggard High, winning in straight sets 6-1, 6-1 to set the tone for her team, and then backing that up with a doubles win. Just a sophomore, but already a savvy veteran who made a name for herself as a freshman when she competed for a state doubles championship. Philemon remained a force in the Mid-Eastern Conference.
Congratulations, Peyton. Here are the honorees for the Male Tennis Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Male Tennis Player of the Year is Algernon Butler of Cape Fear Academy.
Algernon Butler played a key role in leading Cape Fear boys tennis to an undefeated season and NCISAA Division II state championship. The freshman made an immediate impact by sporting a perfect singles record and dropping just one match in doubles during the season. Butler won 8 sets without dropping a game in singles during the season, as his dominance helped boost the Hurricanes to their first title win in 6 years.
Congratulations, Algernon.
Bruce Springsteen once topped the charts with his iconic album, Born to Run. But for this ultra-marathon man, those aren't words that you sing. Those are words you live by. Presenting the awards for cross country, Dean Karnazes.
Dean Karnazes, the legendary Badwater Ultramarathon champion, running 135 miles through Death Valley in 124-degree heat. He later ran a marathon at the South Pole. This superhuman and best-selling author has run 50 marathons in 50 states in 50 days.
Hey guys, Dean Karnazes here to talk a little cross country. But first, a quick confession. I only ran cross country as a freshman in high school. Our team won the state championships, and I figured that I couldn't top that, so I stopped running. Until later in life. Now I've raced and competed on all 7 continents. But enough about me. This is about you guys, the best cross country runners from across the country. Here are the honorees for the Female Cross Country Runner of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Female Cross Country Runner of the Year is Caitlin Obremski of Topsail High School.
Topsail's Caitlin Obremski set standards that seemed unattainable after a dominant freshman season in 2019. Coming into her sophomore year, Obremski hoped a strong mental game would allow her to replicate her success, and that's exactly what she did. For the second straight year, she won every Mid-Eastern Conference race she competed in, including the league championship. She also defended her crown in the NCHSAA 3A East Regional and placed third in the state championships.
Congratulations, Caitlin. Here are the honorees for the male cross-country runner of the year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Male Cross Country Runner of the Year is Andrew Thompson of John D. Hargard High School.
Andrew Thompson embraced all medals test in the Mid-Eastern Conference. Whether winning by 3 seconds or serving as the team's top performer in a team win in the Class 4A East meet, Thompson proved to be a fighter all season for the Vikings. The senior placed 6th in the individual standings in the 4A East race.
Congratulations, Andrew.
We have loved seeing how you are celebrating. Thank you for posting and letting us celebrate with you. Keep posting on Instagram and Twitter using the hashtags for a chance to win an autographed gift from one of our featured guests tonight. Now let's hear from some honorees with our friends, Matt and Tyler.
Thanks, Abby. One thing you could say about us athletes is some of us tend to be a little superstitious.
Some eat the same thing before every game. Some listen to the same music. Some people even wear the same socks for every game for years.
Really? Bro, those Sam's Club socks?
Come on, bro.
The thick cotton ones?
I know, but we had socks from our school. You wouldn't wear them. You would stink up the whole place because you wouldn't even wash them. You'd forget to wash them. You still do that same thing in my apartment.
In any case, we want to hear from some of the greats. Let's see what they've done to lock in the wins.
I think I used to have like a ton of rituals. Well, I'm a pitcher, and so we're kind of known for being a little different.
I had my special hair ties. I would have to shower before every competition.
I've always had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich before I played.
I pretty much just put on my right sock before my left sock, my left shoe before my right shoe. I never touched the lines. I always warmed up 27 minutes before game time.
But my one, I guess, like pregame ritual would be that I always pass with one particular teammate, Lauren Meyer.
I didn't have any rituals or lucky anything, and I tried to stay away from those things because luck scares me.
There are some things in certain playlists that might last an entire season, or you might listen to a certain playlist that you made and lose or have a bad game, and that thing gets erased pretty quickly.
I do 3 claps on the blocks, typically before I start my race.
Like if I do something before a workout, before a competition, and I notice that I had a good day, I now have to do said thing until the meet is done.
Obviously all ritual is a mental thing, but they were a big part of my preparation.
Kind of like Dumbo's feather. Like you don't need the feather to fly. You have it within you.
30 minutes before game time, yeah, it's embarrassing. 4 chocolate chip cookies and an orange Powerade.
Well, that certainly was educational, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
And what about you, Desmond? I would think a Heisman Trophy winner would have some good pregame rituals. Did you do anything?
Yeah, you know, it's pretty silly and goofy, but I used to put everything on in the same particular order. No matter if we're home or away, like the right sock, then the left sock. You know, it's just, I know it's ridiculous. I do it now, even when I put on my suit.
So you put your suit on in that particular order that you used to put your uniform on today? That's what you did?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what I like to hear. All right, that was very good. So moving on, let's get to our next set of awards.
When you're on the track, you know records are made to be broken, and legends can be made in a fraction of a second. That's why you always have to come with your best. You never know when it's your time to make your mark and when the world is watching.
And the world definitely watched our next presenter. He remains the only man to win gold in the 200 and 400 at the same Olympics. The one and only legendary sprinter, Michael Johnson.
Michael Johnson. This Texan dominated sprinting for most of the 90s. Of his 16 major international medals, not a single one isn't gold. After becoming the first and only man to defend an Olympic 400-meter title in Sydney, and to this day, the U.S. records in the 200, 300, and 400 meters still bear his name.
Hey everybody, Michael Johnson here to help celebrate the amazing achievements of the athletes from the friendliest sport there is, track and field. I know all those other sports will be mad that I said that, but think about it. When most sports have teams come together to compete, they call it a game. Some call it a match. But when we compete, where do we do it? At a meet. You can't get much more friendly than a meet as far as competition goes. And your finalists for the Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year are and the North Carolina Coast Female Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Megan London of New Hanover High School.
Few have ever gotten off to a faster start in their track careers than Megan London. A freshman for New Hanover, continued to run laps around the field at the Mid-Eastern Conference Championships with 4 individual titles. Running since she was all of 8, London will have 3 more seasons to chase down as many records as she can.
Congratulations, Megan. And now for the guys' side. And your finalists for the Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year are and the North Carolina Coast Male Track and Field Athlete of the Year is Jackson Kupek of Eugene Ashley High School.
Jackson Kupek took home 2 gold and 1 silver medal as he helped lead Ashley boys track and field team to a second-place finish in the conference tournament. The junior specialty was the triple jump, which he set a school record in, and later blew away his competition during the event in the conference championship. Kupek excelled at the 100-meter dash and high jump along with the triple jump this season.
Congratulations, Jackson.
It is called the beautiful game. And we're 3.5 billion soccer fans, that's right, billion with a B, around the world. I think you have a hard time arguing with that description.
Just like no one can argue that Alex Morgan is one of the most accomplished players, man or woman, in the history of the U.S. national team, and the perfect choice to present our soccer award.
When Alex Morgan steps on the pitch, it is game on. With a knack for late-game heroics, Morgan's goal in extra time in the semifinals of the London Olympics helped propel the U.S. to gold. She would go on to win the World Cup in 2014 and 19. Soccer, presented by Cape Fear Smiles General and Cosmetic Dentistry.
Hey everybody, Alex Morgan here. I've been so fortunate with all the things I've been able to do thanks to soccer. And you might be looking wide-eyed at that list of accomplishments, so it might surprise you to know that in this interaction we are having right now, I'm the envious one. I'm not kidding, because you guys are in or just finished high school, and I absolutely loved my time in high school. It was Dunbar High School in Southern California. Go Brahmas! Our colors were purple and gold, and our cheer was loud and proud. Yeah, that stuff stays with you. I'm envious because high school is special. You guys have your whole life ahead of you, which is scary, but also really exciting at the same time. So congrats on all your accolades, and just try to really enjoy the ride. Your older self will thank you, trust me. Here are your honorees for the Female Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Female Soccer Player of the Year is McKenna Gardner of Ashley High School.
McKenna Gardner was Ashley's dynamic offensive leader as the girls soccer team won its first ever Mid-Eastern Conference title. The senior forward was relentless as she adapted with each game scenario and at times a shorthanded staff en route to the 3rd round of the state championship. Gardner will continue her soccer career close to home with the University of North Carolina Wilmington next season.
Congrats, McKenna. And now for the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Soccer Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Male Soccer Player of the Year is Aiden Payne of New Hanover High School.
Aiden Payne helped lead New Hanover boys soccer to the NCHSAA 3A state championship game in his first season as the team starting forward. The junior striker benefited from the Wildcats' top-notch defense as his offensive prowess headlined the team's dominant and nearly undefeated season. Payne will return to New Hanover next season alongside a majority of the starting roster to continue championship aspirations.
Congratulations, Aiden.
Hey guys, it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'll be handing off some football awards in just a bit. Maybe I'll be saying your name, so stick around to find out.
Are you guys hungry?
Yeah.
All right, let's get some apps.
Let's do it.
It's as easy as that. Let us refill for you.
There you go, guys.
Wow, that was so fast. Thank you so much.
All right, cheers, guys.
Hey, I'll be right back. Okay.
No one likes waiting in long lines or missing the big moments.
Did I miss anything? No. That was quick. I know, right?
You want a beer? Yeah.
We're making it easier for you to get back to what you love without missing a single minute. Refill.
Did I miss anything?
Now, Laurie, you know they say defense wins championships. I know you won't get any argument about that from our next presenter. But even if you did, I'm pretty sure you'd let him win that argument.
Yeah, I'd sure stay out of his way. Also, those people haven't met you. But anyway, here to present the Defensive Football Player of the Year is TJ Watt.
TJ Watt, the youngest in an NFL family dynasty, was drafted in the first round by the Steelers in 2017 and became the first rookie to start at linebacker for the Black and Gold in more than 30 years. He has earned 3 Pro Bowl selections, led the league in sacks in 2020, and is a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year finalist.
Hey everybody, it's TJ Watt, giving some much-deserved props to the defenders out there. We all know that the offense is the one everybody likes to talk about and read about during the season. But over the long haul, history looks back kindly on those who defend. Think about it. The heroes of the Alamo, they were defenders. The iconic and beloved lawyer Atticus Finch from To Kill a Mockingbird, defender. Even one of the early super popular video games back in the 80s was called, you guessed it, Defender. And how would you describe a talented player on the other side of the ball? You call them offensive, like a bad smell or a horrendous outfit, like that uncle who always jokes weirdly at Christmas. So keep doing what you're doing out there on the field. People may go nuts for the quarterbacks today, but they'll always remember you defenders for years to come. Here are your honorees for the Defensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Defensive Football Player of the Year is Jackson King of Hogarth High School.
Jackson King was a big-time impact player on defense as the Hogarth football team reached the second round of the 4AA state championship. The junior defensive back led the Vikings in defensive touchdowns and tallied 70 tackles as the team went undefeated in the regular season. King was named the MEC Defensive Player of the Year as he was the core of Hogarth's defense that held opponents to 14 points or lower throughout the season.
Congratulations, Jackson.
A big thanks to TJ Watt for helping us out with the defense. And before we move on to offense, I was thinking, Desmond, if I could get you, TJ, and our next presenter on my flag football team, I could go ahead and just plan the victory dinner before the season even started.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Oh, man, I love to run routes for this guy. His accuracy and creativity as a signal caller make him a receiver's dream.
So more on my flag football team later, but he is one of the best and has certainly carved out a place for his name in the record books. Here to present is legendary quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
Super Bowl champion Aaron Rodgers holds the league's lowest career interception percentage and the highest single-season passer rating in history. The 9-time Pro Bowl selection was also named the NFL's most valuable player last season, the 3rd MVP trophy of his illustrious career.
Hey everybody, Aaron Rodgers here to hand out some awards to incredibly deserving high school football players. Of course, that got me thinking about all the things I love about our sport. You know, one of the most underrated aspects of football, the terminology. I mean, we got the blitz, the bomb, the sack, wild card. We spike, we trap, we fly, we Hail Mary from time to time. Those are fun. No offense to other sports, but while they dribble or bunt, we hit the hole and shoot the gap. They can't stand tall with the Statue of Liberty or transform a turnover into a touchdown with the fumble-rooski. So what do you say we get in victory formation as we salute some amazing athletes from the gridiron? Here are the honorees for the Offensive Football Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Offensive Football Player of the Year is Monzel Campbell of West Brunswick High School.
Monzel Campbell's lone season with West Brunswick was a memorable one, as he helped lead the football team to the second round of the 3AA state championship. The senior quarterback was originally slated to be a running back for the Trojans, but earned his spot as the starting quarterback by week 3. West Brunswick reached the state quarterfinals for the first time in 18 years, as Campbell filled the stat sheet with reliable passing and rushing scores.
Congrats, Monzel.
A lot of today's sports come from purely recreational origins, not lacrosse. Created by Native American tribes, what we call lacrosse was used to train warriors and even had some religious significance. Today, its popularity is absolutely exploding, thanks in no small part to our next presenter, lacrosse legend, Paul Rabel.
Paul Rabel, the lacrosse superstar and legend, has 7 championship titles through his college, professional, and international career. The 3-time MVP co-founded the Premier Lacrosse League, changing the game of pro play for the fastest growing team sport in North America. Lacrosse, presented by Victory Awards and Trophies.
What's up, all you lacrosse players out there? I'm Paul Rabel, and I've seen a bunch of your highlights and was blown away. You guys totally do your talking on the field, which is where you want a lacrosse player to do their talking, which got me thinking, why am I talking here instead of giving awards to you guys over there? So let's do this. Here are your honorees for the Female Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Female Lacrosse Player of the Year is Kate Matuza of Topsail High School.
The Topsail girls lacrosse program grew leaps and bounds alongside Kate Matuza as the 4-year starter provided the energy and leadership to flourish. The senior attacker was the leading offensive star on a talented Topsail team that went undefeated in conference play and reached the second round of the NCHSAA playoffs.
Congratulations, Kate. And now for the guys. Here are your honorees for the Male Lacrosse Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Male Lacrosse Player of the Year is Aiden Flynn of Hogarth High School.
Star Hogarth High School attacker Aiden Flynn finished the season with 18 goals and 26 assists for 44 total points, and he's still only a sophomore. Flynn helped the Vikings once again run away with the MEC League title in an undefeated regular season, and he'll be the focal point of Hogarth's attack in the years to come.
Congratulations, Aiden.
We all have that person we look to for inspiration, that drives us to be better, that in turn helps us become an example for somebody else.
And the cycle keeps repeating. Let's take a moment to hear about some of the people who've inspired athletes at every level.
Hey guys, we're back. So let's talk about role models.
Being that person who inspires others is what it's all about. It's one of the main reasons why we started ABC Food Tours, to share experiences, become mentors, and help kids in our communities.
I mean, it's one of my favorite things we do. Give back to the kids, have fun with them, learn from them, teach them a little bit,
nothing better.
Yeah, it's been super rewarding. You know, it's a lot of the lessons that I thought that I'd be teaching these kids is what I've learned from
them.
Exactly.
Yeah, so mentoring, you learn a lot by giving, but you also learn a lot by receiving.
Exactly.
Even the pros have role models. Let's hear who inspired them and who they looked up to.
My role model was Lisa Fernandez. Her standard of excellence was so high.
Peekaboo Street was mine, and without her, you know, I don't know if I would be where I am, so I'm very, very grateful to her.
My role model is Alex Morgan.
My parents inspire me because they raised 3 strong daughters.
My role model growing up was Cal Ripken. He was the all-around player. He was the Rookie of the Year. He was an MVP. He was a world champion. All things that I wanted to accomplish in my career.
My fiance Megan is also a little bit of my role model, just to see how she carries herself. I have a front row seat to it.
I tried to change it to a real model.
I look up to people who are authentic.
You know, I always tell kids it's good to admire somebody. If you like what they do, steal it.
My role model are my parents and siblings.
My role model is my father.
Both of my parents, going back from day one, driving us all around, both of my brothers and I.
My older brother was a great athlete, and I was always chasing after him.
I think the memory of my mom, because she was always so kind and so smart.
The military and their effect they had on me in my rehab.
You hope that as an athlete you can have a positive impact on the community, and there's ways you do it vocally, through social media today, and most importantly through action in the communities.
And so to potentially be that for somebody else obviously is an amazing feeling.
Softball might be the most misnamed sport there is. First off, the ball isn't soft at all. Just ask anyone who's ever been hit by one. Secondly, pitchers routinely hurl it over 70 miles an hour, standing only 43 feet from home plate. So don't confuse softball for being soft. To present our next set of awards, here's legendary pitcher Jennie Finch.
An icon of the diamond, Jennie Finch caught the nation's attention pitching the University of Arizona to a national championship in 2001. 3 years later, she was on the world stage, helping lead Team USA to the gold medal at the Athens Olympics. She would later collect a silver medal in Beijing and go on to boast an outstanding pro career on her way to the National Softball Hall of Fame.
Hey everybody, Jennie Finch here with a question for all you softball players out there. Why can't they make a great sports movie about women's softball? Is it really that hard? I mean, our smaller sphered cousin baseball has tons of them. Sure, there's that comedy All-Stars, but that's really more about the parents than it is about the players. Even A League of Their Own is about women's baseball, where there is no crying, not softball. It makes no sense. Our sport provides plenty of drama. I don't know about you, but I've met some unforgettable characters in and around the diamond. And you have a built-in audience dying to see their sport up on the silver screen. So for any of you softball players out there with a mile-wide creative streak, start gathering some fun stories, start putting together some characters, and getting them down on paper. And let's see if we can make a movie about the greatest sport in the world, softball. And while we wait for that, let's give out some awards. Here are your honorees for the Softball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Softball Player of the Year is Isis Tresvik of Hoggard High School.
Isis Tresvik was a force to be reckoned with on the mound, as she helped lead Hoggard softball to its first ever NCHSAA 4A state title. She made her presence known at the plate as Hoggard's leadoff batter, where she was quick to get the team's dominant offense in motion. Tresvik will continue her softball career at North Carolina A&T next season.
Congratulations, Isis.
In 1936, Major League Baseball became the first professional sport in North America to establish a Hall of Fame as a way to remember the greats of the game from every generation. Induction to the Hall is seen as the highest honor of an extraordinary player's remarkable career. To present our baseball awards is first ballot Hall of Famer Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones was selected by the Atlanta Braves as the #1 overall pick in 1990 and went on to become a mainstay in a Braves dynasty that claimed 11 consecutive division crowns and a World Series title. He captured 2 Silver Slugger awards and was the National League MVP in 1999.
Hey everybody, can't tell you how proud I am to be a part of this presentation to all you hardworking baseball players out there. I also want to say how impressed I am at all the stats you guys use these days. Y'all have a measure for everything. When I was playing, we didn't talk much about range factors or wins above replacement or bequeath runner scored. Heck, we didn't even know what bequeath was. The only time we ever talked about launch angle was if we happened to see the space shuttle taking off. And exit velocity was how fast the fans left after big loss. But by embracing all the statistical analysis, you're getting new insights into this great game. You're also probably getting a lot better scores on your math tests, so keep up the good work. And don't let your BABIP affect your WOBA, whatever that means. And your finalists for Baseball Player of the Year are and the North Carolina Coast Baseball Player of the Year is Drew Tyndall of Eugene Ashley High School.
Drew Tyndall was a dominant force at the plate and a senior leader behind the dish for Ashley baseball this season. The UNC Charlotte signee led the Screaming Eagles and managed an inexperienced pitching staff brilliantly and helped Ashley win its first conference title since 2007.
Congratulations, Drew.
Many of the athletes featured tonight will continue their athletic careers in college.
But our next presenter's talents were so prodigious that the professional leagues couldn't wait. To hand out our basketball awards, we have the big ticket himself, Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, dubbed Mr. Basketball USA in 1995, was the first player drafted by the NBA straight out of high school in more than 20 years. This 15-time All-Star earned MVP and Defensive Player of the Year honors and an Olympic gold medal. Here he is, the big ticket himself. Basketball, presented by Southeast Foundation and Crawl Space Repair.
Hey, KG here. I know all you girls and guys have worked really hard in high school. Have totally earned all the props and recognition you're getting. But no matter how long you play this game, know one thing, they will never teach you at any point along the way is how to give out awards. I tell you right now, it's not easy. It's great that our country is a melting pot and we have people from all over. But that also means that the names can be pronounced a million different ways. So be kind to the big ticket, if you will. If I accidentally mispronounce your name or if I don't get your name right perfectly, I mean, no disrespect. I have just seen these winners' names and I'm gonna try my best, okay? So let's get to it. Here are some honorees for the Female Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Female Basketball Player of the Year is Sanaya Rivers of Eugene Ashley High School.
Sanaya Rivers filled up the stat sheets during her accolade-filled varsity career as the energetic guard led Ashley to its first NCHSAA 4A regional final. The McDonald's All-American was an offensive force and double-double machine throughout her senior season while averaging over 36 points and 11 rebounds per game and being an effective defender during Ashley's 15-2 season. Rivers will continue her basketball career next season with the University of South Carolina.
Congratulations, Sanaya. And now for the ballers on the guys' side. Here are your honorees for the Male Basketball Player of the Year. And the finalists are The North Carolina Coast Male Basketball Player of the Year is Gavin Guyan of Cape Fear Academy.
Gavin Guyan was the heartbeat of a Cape Fear team that took top conference honors and made a third straight NCISAA 3A Final Four appearance. The senior guard's explosive play and lockdown defense was on display as CFA navigated a 15-5 season with a mix of veterans and newcomers. Guyan graduates from Cape Fear Academy after emerging as a leader in his 5 years on the varsity basketball team, having first joined as an 8th grader.
Congratulations, Gavin.
Courage means getting up after you've been knocked down. Failure is refusing to get up. Courage is getting up and doing something about it.
Courage means being uncomfortable and being okay with that.
Be willing to take a chance and maybe go against the flow.
To put yourself on the line for something.
I was always taught that courage means doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Courage means stepping out of your comfort zone.
Courage means you're fearless.
Courage means facing your fears and saying, I'm not scared of you.
Courage means doing the right thing all the time, not just when people are watching.
Courage can mean that you're just not afraid to make mistakes.
Not the absence of fear, but I think confronting your fears.
One of my favorite quotes is by Mary Ann Radmacher. It says, courage does not always roar. Some days, courage is the little voice that says, I'll try again tomorrow.
Courage truly means so many things. Overcoming challenges is the very essence of sports. But there are times when adversity comes after the whistles have blown and the horns have sounded, and it's devastating. The Courage Award is given to an athlete who has faced tremendous hardship and through their strength and tenacity were able to rise above it.
In 2018, a traumatic on-field leg injury threatened to end Alex Smith's professional football career and his life. After 17 surgeries, a lethal infection, and 2 years of grueling rehab, he stepped back into the huddle to help lead the Washington football team to an improbable playoff berth. Here to honor our recipient and present the 2021 Courage Award is a man who is no stranger to hardship himself, 2020 NFL Comeback Player of the Year, Alex Smith.
There are a lot of ways to define courage. For me, courage is like beauty. It's in the eye of the beholder. And the grace exhibited by our Courage Award winner is something to behold. Courage can be found overcoming a sudden and traumatic event, or conquering a lifelong condition in ways the rest of us can't even imagine. What makes this athlete truly amazing is that they shared their very difficult, very personal story in order to help the next person who has the same brutal hill to climb. They found a way to turn courage into something shared, something inspiring, something beautiful. And the recipients of the Courage Award for the North Carolina Coast are the Hoggard softball team of John T. Hoggard High School.
Nicole Ottaway, a beloved math teacher and assistant softball coach at Hoggard High School for the last 5+ years, passed away unexpectedly at her home on September 25th. She was 28 years old. The Vikings dedicated their softball season to Ottaway and her memory. And what a season it turned out to be. Hoggard finished 20-1 overall and clinched the program's first state title with a 6-5 walk-off win over East Forsyth in Game 3 of the NCHSAA 4A State Championship Series.
Congratulations, ladies. Amazing resilience in the face of tragedy.
Hey high school sports fans, it's the Big Aristotle here to present some of the biggest awards of the night. So stick around, I've been preparing all week. I really hope I make Miss Swan proud. That's my 4th grade teacher. Definitely don't want to end up in detention again.
seen so many outstanding individual achievements in all different sports from this past school year. But now we focus on the heart of high school athletics, the team. And a crucial ingredient for success at any level, the coach.
And to present our awards for the best team and best coach, please welcome someone who is no stranger to success, legendary coach, Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer has found success at every stop of his coaching career, including 3 national championships. He's the winner of multiple National Coach of the Year awards, and this fall, he'll make his NFL debut as head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi guys, we know that good coaches and teams of this world are judged by the wins and losses. But we all know that there's a lot more behind the scenes. Strategy, teaching, training, and a lot of pushing. But a coach excels when his or her team truly comes together as one. And you know it doesn't matter what sport you play, there really is nothing like being part of an exceptional team. It's never easy, of course. Nothing worthwhile ever is. The hours and hours of practice, the growth of a unit, going through all the ups and downs, the highs and lows of a season together. When you become a great team, a special bond forms between the players, the coaches, and the support staff. That's like nothing else I've ever felt. Yes, there's some magic needed to make great coaches and great teams, but don't take this old coach's word for it. Let's hear from some athletes who know a thing or two about winning.
A good teammate accepts you as you are, yet challenges you to become even better because they see the best in you.
A good teammate is someone who wants the same amount of success for you as they do themselves.
A good teammate is unselfish.
Somebody who always stays positive.
The way you grow, the way your game grows, the way your IQ grows, a lot of times is off the basis of how you're coached.
A good coach is consistent.
A good coach is someone that can motivate you to do things that your mind doesn't even think you can do.
Good coaches understand that their role is not just to coach, but to teach, to inspire, and motivate an athlete.
Okay guys, they really did say it best. But now let's give out some awards to some who've proven they know what it takes to come together as a team and bring home the wins. Here are your finalists for the Team of the Year. And the North Carolina Coast Team of the Year is Hoggard High School Girls Cross Country Team.
After spending all season ranked #1 in the state, the Vikings won the North Carolina High School Athletic Association Class 4A State Championship for a 2nd consecutive year. Molly Parker, Shay Hoffaker, Sloan Fleming Hickey, Ashley Summers, and Aaron Johnston were Hoggard's representatives at the state championship race, blitzing the competition to continue the program's tradition of excellence under head coach Rhonda Shalosky.
Congratulations, ladies. Very impressive season. Now for the Coach of the Year, and the finalists are and the North Carolina Coast Coach of the Year is John Ingham of Cape Fear Academy.
Cape Fear Academy's young talent had their eyes on a state championship as soon as the season started. Head coach John Ingham never let the team filled with underclassmen lose focus, guiding the Hurricanes to the state title and an undefeated season. Ingham and Cape Fear Academy cruised all season, never losing more than 3 matches in any game and winning the state championship with a 5-1 home victory over Forsyth Country Day.
Congratulations, Coach. Excellent job.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Chad Fortune, and I serve as the head of sports medicine in the Department of Orthopedics at Wilmington Health. We are so excited to be part of this great event honoring our local high school athletes. At Wilmington Health, we take pride in providing world-class care, and tonight highlight our orthopedic and sports medicine department. High school athletics are such an important and vital part of our community, and we are passionate about supporting our local athletes and athletic departments as they work tirelessly to achieve their goals and dreams. The lessons learned during high school athletics are invaluable and will stay with them throughout life. I am so glad we have the opportunity to recognize and celebrate you, the young men and women across the Wilmington area who have contributed so much of your time and talent to high school athletics. You most certainly have earned the awards being announced this evening, and Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is proud to honor your achievements. Now, let's present some awards.
All right, guys, the moment we have all been waiting for. It's time to reveal the top male and female athletes of the year. Yes. These are exemplary athletes who have stolen the spotlight, dominated the season, and shown what it means to be unstoppable.
To give us a helping hand with the female athlete of the year is the all-time assist leader in WNBA history, the great Sue Bird.
Sue Bird has been a basketball superstar for more than 25 years. She earned the Naismith College Player of the Year and a 3-time Nancy Lieberman Award winner. Bird was the #1 pick of the 2002 WNBA draft, an 11-time All-Star, 2 NCAA championships, 4 WNBA crowns, 4 Olympic gold medals, 4 FIBA World Cup titles, plus a dozen or so International League titles. Female Athlete of the Year, presented by Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Hey everybody, Sue Bird here. We've arrived at my favorite part of the show. Female Athlete of the Year brings together the best of the best, all in one award. It's kind of like that scene in Endgame when all the female heroes assemble, only instead of lasers, swords, and tricked out suits, you gals have sports equipment. But you get the idea. The point is, you have all excelled in your individual sports. You have all overcome obstacles standing between you and success. And you all have earned our lasting admirations. So really, there is no downside here. Just one of you gets a little bit more of an upside. But you all leave tonight winners. All right, let's meet our finalists for Female Athlete of the Year.
Grace Holcomb, a senior from Emsley A. Laney High School. Sanaya Rivers, a senior from Eugene Ashley High School. And Isis Tresvik, a senior from John T. Hoggard High School.
And the North Carolina Coast Female Athlete of the Year is Sanaya Rivers of Eugene Ashley High School.
Sanaya Rivers capped her brilliant career with a season to remember. Rivers led the entire nation in scoring, averaging 36.8 points to go along with 11.5 rebounds, 5.3 steals, and 5.1 assists per game. Rivers powered the Screaming Eagles into the Final Four and was named Gatorade's National Player of the Year. Before heading off to the University of South Carolina, Rivers shined as a track and field star in the high jump for Ashley.
Congratulations, Sanaya.
Now let's meet the contenders for Male Athlete of the Year. With so much incredible talent on display, we needed somebody of equal stature. So our final presenter of the night needs no introduction.
Yeah, but we're gonna give him one anyway, because if we don't, I know he'll call us out and he'd say, "Hey, there's Rutledge, why did you throw the Jesus some love?"
Wow.
So here to present our final award of the night, the one and only Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal, the big Aristotle himself, is feared by opponents and loved by millions. Shaq's combination of size, speed, and strength led to 4 NBA championship rings, an MVP title, 15 All-Star Game appearances, an Olympic gold medal, and a first ballot invite to the Hall of Fame. Male Athlete of the Year, presented by Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
What's up, everybody? Diesel in the house, representing for all the major athletes out there in high school. It's time to give out the Best Male Athlete Award. Anytime somebody wants to put the word best next to your name, that is a major sign of respect. It means they know you do hard work to be great, but also you pay attention to detail. It means you rise to the occasion when your team really needs it. It means you make your parents proud. So let's give it up for the male athletes who are vying for the title of the best. And the finalists for the Male Athlete of the Year are
Monzel Campbell, a senior from West Brunswick High School. Jackson King, a junior from John T. Hoggard High School. and Nichols Sirocco, a senior from Coastal Christian High School.
And the North Carolina Coast Male Athlete of the Year is Jackson King of Hoggard High School.
Jackson King was a three-sport star for the Vikings, starting for Hoggard's football, boys basketball, and baseball teams this year. King particularly shined on the football field, where he was the Star News Defensive Player of the Year and made a plethora of game-changing plays as the Vikings safety. King also made a name for himself as Hoggard's catcher, guiding the Vikings on a deep playoff run and managing one of the better pitching staffs in North Carolina.
Sorry, Mr. Jackson.
What a great night. We have had so much fun celebrating your accomplishments, and we want to thank all the parents, guardians, teachers, and role models who have helped these amazing young adults get to where they are today. You're all so important.
Exactly. And to all the athletes, coaches, and winners, congratulations.
Yes.
Until next year, that's a wrap.
Yes.
Some advice I'd give to my high school self would be don't sweat the small stuff.
I would tell my high school self to take time and enjoy the little things. High school flies by, and before you know it, you will be an adult. So have fun and enjoy the time with your friends and family.
Well, there's a couple things. I think one would to tell myself to be yourself. And a lot of times that's a lot easier said than done, but I know looking back, I was like every other high school kid, trying to figure things out, you know, seeing what your friends are doing, seeing what your family's doing, trying to see where you fit in. And I think a lot of times as kids, you know, we don't have the confidence to just be who we are.
Only surround yourself with people that you respect, that you love you back, that support you. You've got to have positive enforcement in every way around you.
Continue to be a leader and not a follower. Continue to do right things in the community, in schools, around other student athletes.
It's supposed to be fun. Work hard, put everything into it, but make sure that you have joy when you compete. It's not about the outcome, it's about competing with all of your heart for something that you love. The outcome, the results will take care of themselves if you do that. So make sure you have fun with your team, rejoice in each other, rejoice in your talent, and just go for it.
I think I would tell her first and foremost to enjoy the process and have fun and stay present in the moment. And then I would say to challenge herself and to kind of run towards her fears and get uncomfortable. I think that that's where people learn and grow the most, is making mistakes, taking advantage of the mistakes as an opportunity and learning from them.
My advice would be make the most of your high school experience. How you do that, it's about people, it's about relationships.
Be yourself and be a leader before being anything.